Hey, what is going on? It's your boy X coming at y'all with a brand new video, and in light of all of the new token market cards that got added yesterday, I decided it'd be a nice idea to come through and drop y'all with a tier list of all the token market cards. Now, I will put one caveat. This is for the 3 updates that we have gotten off the token market. This isn't going to include any of the original people. And with David Robinson, Penny Hardaway, and Grant Hill, I've already ranked them in, I think, the Galaxy Opal tier list. I'm pretty sure once they got updated, or I've given my opinion on them. David Robinson, easy S+. The Penny Hardaway, easy S+. And Grant Hill, in my opinion, is like an A+ type of card. So this is just going to deal with all of the other cards that I have not ranked, specifically, and to give you guys some insight on some of the new cards that we got. You can see we have the new Opal Marant, Amari, Stonemai, Bob Pettit, and Demarja Rosen, as well as all the other new guys. So if you guys are enjoying these tier lists, you're excited for this one and to see everything, drop a like down below. Once you guys watch this all the way through to see my explanation, comment down below what you guys think of my list, and subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 5.9k and nearing up on at 6. So the first card that we have right here is the Galaxy Opal Tony Parker, a card that I picked up. And if I'm being honest, it's one of the only L's that I've taken in my team this year. But when it comes to the general scheme of things, I think this Tony Parker card still is pretty good. He's got a TP base, which is one of the faster bases in the game on hop quick draw, but it's still not great. He's 6'2", he can still play some defense, stuff like that. I think normally I put undersized guards in the C tier, but I think with Tony Parker, I'm going to make an exception and throw him up into B tier. I think he's actually pretty high quality, and because of how quick his release is, I can put him up here. He used to be a lot higher, but once that behind the back got patched, I gotta knock him down a little bit. The next card that we have is Reggie Lewis, who is an amazing slasher and actually a pretty good defender, but the one thing that he does not have is range extender at all, and I would feel bad putting a card that has no range extender at the 2 any higher than B tier. I mean, he's a great card, but really all he provides you without his shooting is slashing. And there's cards like this Ron Harper, who I'm going to put higher than B tier, but it's because they have other things to boost them a little bit. Next, we have Pink Diamond Paul Millsap, and he actually does not have range center either, but his defense is absolutely insane on the perimeter and inside. He can still shoot the 3-ball pretty well, and at his tweener 3 to 4 position, I think it's not really too necessary. He also has some good post game as well, and some pretty good finishing ability. I like this Paul Millsap. I think he's actually a pretty solid card. We're going to throw him in the A+ tier. Remember, this tier list is going to be made on all the token market cards, not just cards at large. So the S+ tier means that these are the best token market cards, not necessarily the best cards in the game, if that makes sense. So Paul Millsap, really high quality. I love him as a defender, but really all around everything else, he's just kind of like a glue guy that helps everything out. But still a great card. Next, we have the Diamond Brook Lopez. When he came out, seriously, was one of my favorite cards as a shooter. He is amazing, one of the best stretch bigs that we have in the game, just so money. And he can shoot from dummy deep and has some great post game, so pretty good defense as well. But he is pretty slow, which does hurt him, but I think I can still throw him in either the A or A+. I feel like he's a little bit of a tweener between the two, the A+ and the A position, but I'm going to end up throwing him in the A+. Next, we have Diamond Isaiah Ryder, who I've never really been impressed with, even when he first dropped. I just don't feel like he is that amazing of the card. I feel like he has most of the tools, on offense, but on defense, maybe lacks a little bit. But I think I'm going to throw him in C tier. I just don't, again, I don't feel like he provides too much for you. And out of all the cards that are on this list, he definitely is one of the ones that I don't think you should pick up, at all. Next, we have Galaxy Opal Timmy D. One of the cards that, when he came out with this recent drop right here, was absolutely insane. I loved this Tim Duncan card. His defense is some of the best I have ever used in a card. His post game is crazy. He can still shoot the 3-ball well, and he's got a release that's really slow, but it's super easy to green because of how slow it is. You can really get that timing down every single time. And for his defense alone, I'm going to throw him in S tier. There are power forwards definitely at his tier who are going to be better, which I'm saving for the S+ pot. But when it comes to just straight, if you need a guy that's going to come in and lock down everybody while still providing you actually some good offense, Tim Duncan is your man. Next, we have Galaxy Opal Josh Smith, who's a small forward, power forward. I think 6'9", could be 6'8", but I picked this card up, and I absolutely love this Josh Smith card. His release is amazing. His defense is just awesome at the small forward and the power forward position. He can shoot from deep with that gold range, and his finishing ability is amazing. What makes Josh Smith a great slasher is a lot of other cards have crazy dunking animations that sometimes can get a little bit of top. Josh Smith has straight tomahawks and just simple down to the point dunks that allow him to really not get blocked very often, and it allows you to actually just get to the paint, finish it quick, and get back. Really almost never get blocked with this Josh Smith card. I think he's easy S+ tier. When it comes to getting a small forward, I think he's probably the best one that you could pick up on this entire list. So definitely an amazing, and I mean an amazing pickup. Next we have Galaxy Opal Zach Levine. For me, easy S+ tier. Running with the PG, 6'5" is just insane. His slashing ability is crazy. He has some of the fancier dunk animations, unlike Josh Smith, but I usually don't get blocked with him almost at all. So Zach Levine, an amazing card, especially if you run with the one, is easy S+ tier for me. Next we have Galaxy Opal Bradley Beal, one of the cards that I actually recommend saving your tokens and not picking up and grabbing some of the other guys, just because you can get somebody who does pretty equal abilities to him in Pink Diamond Michael Red for quite a bit cheaper. Michael Red's like 30k, and it's not worth spending 750 tokens to get Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's more of a 3-and-D option. He's got some pretty decent animations, a pretty nice jump shot as well, and he's also a great slasher. I just don't think he provides too much for you. I think he's just missing that, next step. It might just be the fact that he's a 6'5" 2 guard, and if he was 6'7", maybe it'd make him better. But I feel like he's just missing that one thing, whether it be 3 extra inches of height or something like that, to really put him in that top tier S+, but still an amazing card. Next we have Pink Diamond Joel Embiid, who is one of the best 3-and-D bigs we have in the game. He has such a nice jump shot. And I actually went and looked. I think it's I'm pretty sure I checked this. It was the Kobe base, which is such an easy release to time. He is an amazing post game, and obviously just awesome defender. Obviously, he can't speed boost or play make stuff like that, which puts him below some of the other centers we have in the game. But I think when it comes to in general, our token market cards, he is easy S tier. He's easily one of the best cards that we have released soon. And I can see why you'd want to put him up in S+, to be honest. I actually am debating still right now if I want to throw him in S+, because he's such a good card overall. And he's definitely just this Brook Lopez, just juiced up a little bit more with slightly worse shooting. Next, we have this Pink Diamond D'Angelo Russell. I'm going to throw an A tier. I think the one thing that hurts D'Angelo Russell is that he just has such a slow jump shot. But the thing is, D'Angelo Russell has such good dribbling animations that he can become, a dribble god's dream card. Some of his dribbling animations, to me at least, are so smooth, so clean, and just so fun to use. And his finishing ability is a little bit lackluster. With his slow jump shot, you can still get away with it and still have some amazing things, but he just doesn't have the greatest finishing ability inside, and that hurts him a little bit too. So I'm going to have to knock him down to A tier. Not saying you can't do anything great with this D'Angelo Russell card. I'm just saying it has to be with the right hands. You got to know what you're doing. There's a bit of a learning curve with this D'Angelo Russell card. So, gonna have to throw him down there. Next, we have Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, the free version of the Galaxy Opal Kevin Durant, basically. Slightly worse than the Opal. He's like that middle between the Pink Diamond and the Galaxy Opal, but basically has the Kevin Durant animations just with the Michael Beasley jump shot, which is money. He's like Darius Miles, basically, just on the token market and free. I mean, I love this Michael Beasley card. His dribbling animations are just so nice, so cheesy. They're KD's dribbling animations, and he can shoot the ball like crazy. Easy S+ tier. I love this Michael Beasley card. Definitely one that I recommend picking up. And for anybody, oh, he could be nice, especially for a small forward. I do think for Pink Diamonds, he's actually probably the best small forward that we have on this entire list. So, not bad. Next, we have Pink Diamond RJ Barrett, who has some of the best animations in the game. Dribbling wise are awesome. He has the Rudy Gay jump shot, so it is so smooth because it's on Hall of Fame quick draw. He's also got that range extender. He can play defense like crazy, and obviously his finishing is just so good. I did a gameplay on this card. I absolutely love him. Gonna have to throw him up in S+ tier. I mean, it's kind of sucks for Bradley Beal that we have somebody in RJ who's the tier before him for quite a lot less tokens, who is significantly better than him, to me at least. But absolutely love this RJ Barrett card, and one that I do recommend. Next, we have this Diamond Ron Harper, who, like I said, does not have range extender, but is one of the best perimeter defenders in the game because he's 6'6". You can run him at PG. I'm going to throw him at A tier. I know he's got a slow release, but for me, I really highly rank defense in this, and I feel like he has a lot better defense than Reggie Lewis. Pretty similar slashing. Obviously, Reggie Lewis has better slashing, but it's similar. It's just a slightly worse thing. He can still shoot the ball really well and play make, do everything he needs at the PG. It's just that range extender. He's for a certain group of people, but that defense, you just can't ignore it. Next, we have the Diamond Julius Randle, who I think is really just hindered by his position and his animations a little bit. The animations for his jump shot are okay. His dribbling animations are mediocre. And he's slightly undersized at the power forward and the center position. So he's kind of like that small ball guy that you'd want to run. But his defense isn't amazing. Finishing isn't amazing. And obviously the animations are a little lackluster. I think he's pretty average in the B tier. I'm definitely not bad at all. And I can understand if you want to throw him lower into the C tier. But I do like this Julius Randle card. I just feel like if he was a small forward instead of a power forward center, a power forward, small forward, he'd be significantly better. Next, we have the Diamond Yusuf Nurkic, who is a decent shooter, not great at all, but he does have like a 70. He can still spray it if he wants, a decent release. Some great defense, like some of the best interior defense you can get in the game. Can also, defend on the perimeter a little bit. Can hit the mid-range shot, post game a little bit, but again, very average card. I don't think he provides too much, but the defense on him, I think I got to throw him up a little bit higher, but because of how bad he is on offense, I don't think I could put him any higher than B tier. Next, we have the Diamond Jonathan Isaac, who also does not have range extender, but I run him at the power forward almost like Giannis, and I really don't need him to have range extender. I've got a lot of flack for throwing him up into tiers like S tier, but I think he's better than Paul Millsap. Like, I like his jump shot better, I like his defense better, and like everything better than him with Paul Millsap. He's just not as good of a post player and things like that as Tim Duncan, so I think he's just a worse Tim Duncan. But I love this Jonathan Isaac card. Again, another glue guy center, or a glue guy to play defense and just do everything really well. He even made it into the Jamal's Journey series. I think it's an amazing card and one that a lot of people should at least look into picking up. He's just, again, he's got the glue guy, he hits some threes and plays some amazing defense. Definitely would check him out. Next, we have Amethyst, Otto Porter, and Trevor Ariza. Very, very similar cards, both really good 3 and D options. And the reason I'm putting them together, like grouping them together, is because they both have very, very, very similar stats and badges. And they do relatively the same things. I slightly prefer Otto's animations. Trevor Ariza's like shooting animations, Otto Porter's shooting animations, but Otto Porter does have I think slightly better dribbling animations, but both of them really good cards. And again, 3 and D options that if you want to throw in, hit a few shots, play some defense on the perimeter, those are your guys. And I also would only run them at the small forward, not the power forward, but that's just me personally. Next, we have Amethyst, Kendrick, Perkins, who's probably the worst card on this list. Like, I definitely think is the worst card on this list. I'm throwing him D tier. Kendrick Perkins cannot shoot from deep. His post game is, I think, pretty good, and his defense is pretty good. But like, you're really only having a guy who is a back to the basket big thrown in there and isn't even really that great at it. So his animations are just bad too. Yeah, do not pick up Kendrick Perkins. Next we have Ron Harper, who is a great card, but hindered by his size at 6 foot. So I got to throw him at the C tier. It sucks that cards can't be super tall and like amazing at the same time, but it is what it is. Usually if you're shorter in this game, it's just a big hindrance, and Ron Harper could be a great card if he was just like 3 inches taller. Next we have a Galaxy Opal Ja Morant. I think this one is pretty easy, S+ tier. Ja Morant is just an absolute animal. He can slash the basket like crazy, he can shoot like crazy, he can play amazing defense, his playmaking is awesome, his animations are just great. Jump shot may take a little bit to get it used to for some of you guys. I think it's pretty similar to that of Paul George, if not it is Paul George jump shot base. So absolutely money, and I love this Ja Morant card. I wish I had enough tokens to pick him up as well, but I already had Zach Levine, so I had to go with somebody who we have later on this list. But still an amazing card, and if you guys need a PG, definitely one that I would pick up. Next we have Galaxy Opal Amari Stonemai, who I think is in competition for being the best best token market card that we have in the entire game. Easy S+ tier. Amari Stoudemire is 6'11", so at the power forward, I think he is amazing. He can be a nice small ball center for you as well, but has just amazing shooting with the range. He has the amazing dribbling ability with some awesome animations there. His finishing is just great. His post game is amazing. His defense is good too. There isn't anything that Amari Stoudemire actually is bad at besides maybe like passing IQ. Amari Stoudemire is a beast. The jumper's money. Everything's money about this card. One that I would for sure take a peek at, and at least give a shot. If we're being honest, if you need a power forward, I honestly think Amari Stoudemire is the way to go, especially if you're on the Galaxy Opal tier. If you need a power forward, pick up that Amari Stoudemire, like, for sure. The next card we have is Galaxy Opal Bob Pettit, who actually is pretty nice. I did some research. There's actually, I mentioned it, I think, in my last gameplay that I did, but there actually is a spreadsheet going around that I have gotten my hands on that shows all of the animations for cards, and Bob Pettit has the Lamarcus Aldridge jump shot base, which is actually pretty decent, slightly worse than base 11, but still pretty decent, and he has good size at 6'8", you know, to play the 3 and the 4 a bit. And again, he's got some good animations, but his dribbling kind of feel a little bit big man-ish to me, but I don't think I really could throw this Pettit anything below S tier. I think he's an amazing card, but personally, I would go with somebody like Josh Smith. I just feel like I'm more comfortable with his animations. I like his animations better, so I would go with Josh Smith, but not to say that Pettit is worse. And I do think I will throw him up above Beal and Duncan. That's just personally me. Next, we have Galaxy Opal Demarja Rosen, who in my opinion is the best card to come off the token market card. Amari's got that close second, but Demarja Rosen is literally T-Mac rescanned. He has the Trey Burke base, he has the exact same animations for dribbling as Tracy McGrady, but he has a better all dribble than Tracy McGrady in my opinion. It is so money, it's so nice. His slashing ability is crazy, his defense goes amazing. They updated him so he has Hall of Fame handles for days, so there's no way that he's not at least in your consideration for top 3 of the best cards, you know, on the token market. I picked him up, and I never am looking back. I'm going to pick up that diamond contract and that diamond shoe and probably run him in every single game that I can because the DeMar DeRozan card is just so insane. The next card that we have is Pink Diamond Lamarcus Aldridge, who I also did a gameplay on, has that LA base, obviously, with a shoe. You can actually speed boost with him, get a ball control shoe and a speed with ball shoe is my recommendation, and he becomes a beast. He has awesome finishing ability, he has amazing post game, he's actually pretty quick as well, his shooting is great, his animations, besides his moving hesitation, are really good, and he overall just kind of feels like, you know, if you took Brook Lopez, gave him Lamarcus Aldridge base, made him quicker, and he could speed boost. He's that good of a shooter because this Brook Lopez is one of the best shooters in the game, and then you take this Lamarcus Aldridge and you take this Brook Lopez, give him LA's animations, and then just make him quicker, and it's like, oh, mwah, beautiful. I'm going to throw him in S tier. I definitely think that if you're going to pick up one of these cards, you should go for Lamarcus Aldridge over Tim Duncan, because with Lamarcus Aldridge, you get some pretty good defense. It's definitely nothing close to Tim Duncan's level, but the offensive ability that Lamarcus Aldridge gives with that extra ability to have better dribbling animations than Duncan and that better shooting ability, you gotta give it to Lamarcus Aldridge, and he basically just feels like if you took Lamar out of him and got him for free off the token market. Like, he is just such, and I mean such, a nice card. The next card we have is Pink and Diamond Kevin Johnson, who I think very firmly is the best undersized PG that we have in the game. He's 6'1". He has amazing shooting, one of the better jump shots in the game. He has some of the best slashing ability that I've seen. I did a gameplay on him, which I think not many people have watched, because obviously he's a 6'1" guard, so not many people have even thinking about picking up a 6'1" guard off the token market. But when it comes to undersized guards, there is no way Kevin Johnson doesn't pop up in your top 3. He's so good in the card that you should pick up. I personally have him a tier above Tony Parker. We're going to throw him in A tier. Kevin Johnson is a piece of shit in real life. Absolute horrible person. If you guys are wondering why, go look up some stories. I think Mike Crozema did a video on it. But he's an absolute horrible person. But in 2K, he's pretty good. Also, I forgot to say when we took Kendrick Perkins to get your ass in D tier. So I apologize. We've been making that the slogan for it. So I messed up a little bit, and I apologize. I'm like out for it in the next one. But the next guy that we have is Pink Diamond Latrell Sprewell, who was one of my favorite cards in the game. Latrell Sprewell just has a really nice, easy to time jumper, slightly slow, but probably is one of the best ones in the game, in my opinion, because of how easy it is to time. He can speed boost and play make really well. He's got some good dribbling animations. As a slasher, he's just crazy and has some of the better animations for finishing in the game. He can shoot awesome as well, obviously with that good jump shot, and he has some pretty good defense as well. I think his animations are great. They're just not very top tier, so I think he's going to be sitting there at the top of A+ tier. He's a nice 6'7" shooting guard that obviously can play the shooting guard amazing and can just do overall everything pretty well. But I think he's just lacking that extra step to be top tier. The next card we have is Pink Diamond Kevin Willis, another one of the new cards off the token market. And if I'm being honest, he's the one that I feel like I'm the most disappointed with. Kevin Willis, he can shoot the ball well. They actually gave him an 88 shot 3, and I think, yeah, gold range center as well with Hall of Fame quick draw. But his dribbling animations just really aren't very good. But he is a 7-foot power forward center that can speed boost, can play pretty good defense. On the perimeter, really not too great, but he can play defense. And he can finish well. He just can't speed boost. So I feel like I'm going to have to put him in A+ tier. I feel weird putting him in A+ tier because he definitely is a flop a little bit. But I feel like in the right hands, you can make this card, you know, work pretty well. But it's really up to you, and even then, if you wanted to knock him down into A tier, I could get it. If you want to put him lower, I fully understand. But I think that there is room for this card in my team. You just got to know what you're doing. So we're going to put him down here. The next card that we have on the list is Diamond Paul Westphal, a card that I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised with. He is a 6'4" shooting guard, point guard, so actually has some pretty good size for, you know, the PG position. If you run him there, definitely should run him there. But is an amazing shooter and can finish pretty well at the basket. He, you know, can play some good defense and do stuff like that all really well. So, I mean, how could you not like that? And one thing that is amazing about Paul Westphal is he has some of the best dribbling animations in the game. Like, you gotta love how great his dribbling animations are. Just cheese around, you can shoot the 3-ball well, and just do everything really nice with his Paul Westphal card. And again, he's got that 6'4" size at PG, and I think he's actually pretty nice. I'm gonna throw him in A tier. I think he is a super solid card, but just doesn't have that factor with this jump shot and all the other stuff to move him up a little bit higher in the list. So we're gonna knock him down to the A tier. The next card that we have is Diamond Lafonso Ellis, who is a god. Like, Lafonso Ellis is super nice, and it's a card I'm actually going to pick up on my main squad to try out because he has this jump shot called Jump Shot 77, which not many of you may know, but it's a jump shot that gets you super high up in the air, and it is so nice. I've seen it a bunch in Pro-Am just because of how good it is off catch, and he has some of the better dribbling animations in the game. I saw DBG using him. He can speed boost really well. His defense is great. His dunking is awesome too. He can still play in the post a little bit as well. And he's actually super quick too, with obviously great shooting with that jump shot and having Hall of Fame quick draw and range center. Because that jumper is slow, with Hall of Fame quick draw and his high 3-point rating, it actually makes it so much better. I think he basically is this Paul Millsap, just better. So we're going to throw him at A+ tier. You could definitely throw him into S tier, but I think because he's only 6'8", we're going to keep him down there a little bit. The reason I have Jonathan Isaac and Timmy D up here is because he's a 6'11" power forward, and he is a 6'10" power forward. So we're going to have to keep it that way. The next card we have is Diamond Jeff Malone, who is a beast, man. This card is super slept on. Again, another 6'4" PG, but he has base 38. The thing with base 38 is it is the quickest jumper in the entire game. So no matter what, my man's is getting shots off quick as hell. He also has Hall of Fame quick draw and an 89 3-point shot. If you give him any sort of 3-point boost, whether it be with your coach or stuff like that, he's going to boost into the 93-point rating. The 93-point rating is the quickest you can get just going off stats. And then you add Hall of Fame quick draw on top of that, meaning it's super quick. And it's just such a fast jump shot, and it's also so money. I actually used this for a while on my Sharp and Park, and it is such a fast jumper. And the fact that we have a card at PG with it is just going to be so cheesy. Sadly, he has 3 3-point hot zones that he does not have, which does hurt him a little bit. But he still has good defense. He has some pretty good dunking ability. He's pretty fast, and he can obviously speed boost and cheese pretty well. So I definitely think he's a good card, getting a little bit slept on. I'm going to throw him an A+ tier. I think he's definitely a notch above Paul Westphal just because of that jump shot. So give these diamonds a try because they definitely are some pretty nice cards. For sure ones that I would at least, you know, give a little nod to. The next card that we have and the final card on our list is going to be Diamond Carmelo Anthony, who, if I'm being honest, I'm really not impressed with. He's a really good shooter. He can dunk the ball well, but his defense is really mediocre. Obviously, he's fast, and can speed boost. But he has gold, steady shooter. There we go. He has gold steady shooter. Obviously, Carmelo has some good animations, especially dribbling and shooting. But I'm just really not feeling this card too much. I think he's a nice, solid A tier card. But I'll put him above these guys because he can speed boost a little bit better and has some better animations than him. But I just don't feel like this Carmelo is a top tier card. The Galaxy Opal and the Pink Diamond Melo are absolutely insane. This Diamond one just doesn't give me that same umph as the other guys do, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. This is my final tier list for all of the token market cards. If you guys really want to know what all the other token market cards are looking like, most of them are probably going to get their ass in D tier. You just have to sit there. It is what it is. But yeah, this is my final list. Let me know what you guys think about my list down in the comment section below. Make sure you guys like the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you guys are new on that road to 5.9K. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll be streaming on Twitch. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.